All right, everybody, we're going to get started in about 2 minutes. Thanks for joining, making sure your volume's working okay. We're so happy to have you all here in the Zoom room with us today to talk about Pine Lake's course request process. And we'll get started right at 1 o'clock. Thanks for being here. Fifth graders, you're doing a great job of waiting for us to get this started. It's just now 1 o'clock. Hello, fifth graders out there. It's great to see you guys. Welcome to Pine Lake's course request process meeting. We are happy to be here with you today so that we can introduce you to choosing your courses for next year when you're at Pine Lake Middle School. We really look forward to having you as students at our great school, and so we're going to get started. I am recording this meeting, and so you'll be able to tell your parents that they can watch this session if they'd like to access information about the course request process. Let me start sharing my screen. You should be seeing a slide deck from Pine Lake Middle School for Pine Lake Middle School's incoming sixth graders who are participating in the course request process. I am Michelle Caponegro. I'm the principal at Pine Lake Middle School, and it is my greatest pleasure to welcome you fifth graders as you begin thinking about yourselves as future middle school students. At Pine Lake Middle School, we have a set of beliefs that guide all of our work that we do together, and those beliefs are community, respect, excellence, discovery, and integrity. You see those right along the bottom of that first slide. I want to introduce you to our school beliefs because the school beliefs are some of the things that help us really be anchored as a school community and work together to make this a great place for students to come. I've been the principal at Pine Lake for quite a few years now, and I started off at Pine Lake as a teacher. I've worked here for about 25 years, which is amazing, and I still love coming here every chance that I get. I see that Clark Science Tech may be moving around to another space. So while they're getting settled in, I just wanted to give some introductions to other members of our team who are here today to help you out. So again, I'm Michelle Caponegro, the principal, and students at Pine Lake most often call me Miss Cappy. My assistant principal is Mike Delitas, and he's not in this meeting with us today, but he'll be a person that you're going to get a chance to know when you're here at Pine Lake. And we also have with us members of our counseling team, including Miss Britton.
Hi, everybody. Just wanted to say hi. I'm Miss Britton, one of the counselors for students with last names A through L. Welcome. We are excited to have you here. And like Miss Cappy said, this is a great place. You're going to love it. I've been a part of the Pine Lake community here for about 18 years. So I want to let you know that you are in good hands. Lots of people to help support you in your transition from elementary to middle school.
Hi, everybody. I'm Miss Elliott, Megan Elliott, for students' last names M through Z. So like you have Miss Denise at your school, and at your school next year, you'll have Miss Britton and I. We are the counselors here, and we love knowing students and helping you and supporting you through your time in middle school. I have a counseling intern this year, Price Gatz. She's not on this call, but she's been helping us this year as well. And then our amazing registrar, Karen Holtzel. Ms. Holtzel is a big part of our counseling team, and she's helping so much with all of the course registration stuff. So that's our team, and we're so happy to be with you today and tell you a little bit about middle school.
Let's get started. We're going to talk a little about the course request process. This process is really the way that students and families let us know what they want to take next year, what kind of classes you're thinking about taking next year. You should select the level of learning that is most appropriate for your academic goals. We want you guys to request choices that which provide you an opportunity that's in line with your interests. So really be thinking as you're looking at your course requests about what you're interested in, and maybe take some little risks to try some new things. That's what we call discovery, which is one of our school beliefs. So when you think about your courses you're going to take next year, ask yourself some of these questions. Reflect on, what are you really interested in? What are you curious about? What are your strengths as well as challenges? And really looking at, your outside schedule, what kind of things you're interested or doing outside of school, but also how much homework do you want to do at school? We really value school and home life balance, because we want you to, we really want you to play hard as well as, take your learning seriously. So we want you to be really well-rounded. And these are good questions to reflect on as you're looking at what you want to choose for your classes next year.
So when you come next year, here is a little sample schedule of how your day could look. So the classes wouldn't be in this order, but this is the general format of the middle school day. So we start school at 8:10. So I think that's a little earlier than you guys start this year. So we start at 8:10, and from 8:10 to 8:35, we have a 25-minute homeroom at the start of every single day. And except for Wednesdays, we have a late start Wednesday and no homeroom then, but the other days we have it. And homeroom is a really nice time to get yourself ready for the day academically, get yourself organized, finish any last minute things you didn't finish the night before, maybe make up a test. There's lots of ways students use homeroom, and homeroom is a really flexible learning time that we see a huge value in. So that's a nice way to start your day. It's the same teacher you have for first period. So your homeroom teacher, first period teacher, you're in the same room. So in this example, your period 1 would be language arts. And our classes are all about 50 minutes long. And so period 1 is about 50 minutes long. And after all the classes, you'll have 5 minutes passing between each class. You'll have 5 minutes to get to the next class, which is it's not a lot of time, but it is enough time, and you won't have to run or scramble. You can do it. So 5-minute passing. And then in this example, your second class is PE. So that's when you do your PE rotation, and your PE rotation depends on what your elective is, whether you get 2 trimesters of PE or whether you just do 1. But PE is something that you will have for when you have PE, you'll have it every day for that whole trimester. And if you do trimester electives, you'll get 2 trimesters of PE and 1 of health. So that means in period 2, I'm going to be in PE. And then when the trimester changes, I'm going to be in a different class, maybe another PE class or a health class. Or if I'm in the year-long electives, I could be doing my computer science that period as well, because that rotation, it says PE, health, computer science, because we want all students to take computer science in 6th grade. Okay, after the PE rotation, then you'd go to 3rd period in this example, 5-minute passing. And in PE, you will change clothes, and they give you extra time in addition to the 5-minute passing. So don't worry that you'll have to change clothes and get to class in 5 minutes. You'll have extra changing time, so you shouldn't be rushed. 3rd period in this example, you have science. And so again, that's a core class. Language arts is a core class. Science is a core. And then after science, you go to lunch. All of the sixth graders at Pine Lake Middle School have a lunch. We have 2 lunch periods, A and B. A lunch is filled with all of the sixth graders and half the seventh graders. B lunch is the other half of the seventh graders and all the eighth graders. So next year, don't worry, you'll be in lunch with all of the sixth graders. And lunch is super fun. And we'll tell you more about that later in the year when you guys are coming to do more orientation. Okay, after lunch, math in this example, and you go to math, 50 minutes, 5-minute passing, and then you're going to be in period 5. That's your elective period. And we're going to tell you about some choices here in a minute, but your electives are the classes that kind of interest-based classes. It's very fun for students to get to choose their electives. And it's the electives are either going to be year-long, like our music courses or math lab, or they're going to be trimester classes, which means they'll rotate. Every trimester, you'll get a new class. And then 6th period, social studies, another core. So you can see the core classes are language arts, science, math, and social studies. Those are just the classes. Every year you're going to take those classes. And then you had a PE rotation with PE and health, possibly computer science, and then you get an elective. So that's 6 periods throughout the day, broken down in about 50-minute chunks with 5 minutes between each one. Lunch period is 30 minutes long, and that's time for you to eat, and then you can hang out, talk with friends. You can come out back and play. We open the field and the track, and we have equipment out there. So lunch is very fun, and we have a foosball table. There's a lot of things you can do at lunch. So that's kind of how our day goes, kind of a sample schedule. Like I was saying, 4 core classes. You can see what they are again: math, language arts, science, and social studies. Those are called core classes. And in those core classes, there are some accelerated options that we're going to talk about too. So there's an accelerated math option. There is an advanced language arts option. There is a science path 2, which is an accelerated path where you're skipping life science, you're skipping the content from 6th grade, and you're starting in 7th grade earth and space science. But there is no advanced social studies option at any of the middle schools in our district. So accelerated options are just for the other 3 core classes: math and language arts and science.
So when you begin making your core course selections, one of the decisions that you'll be making in some of your core courses is the decision about taking an accelerated course or an advanced course or the general course. And so we wanted to give you a little bit of information for you to consider as you're working with your family on making these choices. We're really going to get into the meat of this presentation, talking about what characteristics we're looking for in students as they make considerations for their courses for next year. I wanted to let you all know that your parents have this information in an email that we sent to them this morning. So your parents will be able to have these resources to use as you are talking with them about the courses that you're selecting for next year. So please know that there are lots of resources available to help you when you're making these choices. So in middle school math, there is some updating this year compared to what we have offered in the past. Starting in this coming fall, when you come to Pine Lake, the school district is phasing in some new math courses and pathways that will allow incoming 6th grade students to have 2 choices for your math selection. One that follows the pacing of the state requirements, and one that compacts the pacing of a couple of classes into a single course for 6th grade students. So I wanted to show you a visual of that. Remember that your schedule has 6 periods, and we're talking right now about those 4 core classes: language arts, social studies, math, or science. So in our conversation about math, we wanted to show you the middle school math pathways. You can see that there are 3 pathways: pathway A, B, and C. And that for 6th grade in pathway A, students will be taking the course Math 1. That course is a standard paced course where students will be able to be exposed to and learn all of the required concepts in Math 1 class. Pathway B is an entry point for 6th grade students who are looking for an accelerated math placement. This is a pathway for students who are interested in acceleration and faster paced content, a course with more schoolwork and more homework and more independent learning on the part of the student. So pathway B is compacted pacing, and it includes all the topics from Math 1 and half the topics from Math 2. And that's a compacted pacing. It's going faster than pathway A. Pathway C skips Math 1 and 2 and puts students into a course called CC 7-8 Math. And that is not only faster pacing in the class, but you're also skipping the opportunity to learn some math concepts. Pathway C really requires a lot of conversation with your family and also a little bit of assessment about your math skills before you make that step. So this slide really just spells out in a little bit more detail those pathway options. Again, remember pathway A is the 6th grade concepts that match the Washington State standards. That pathway B is that faster paced course, and pathway C skips 6th grade math completely. There is a pathway D, but that is for students who take a placement test and who register for that placement test. So that is really a more specific jump that you'll be working with your parents to make that decision. So that covers your math content. What pathway you're interested in choosing for math. The next core class we want to look at for acceleration is science.
So as you're looking at your science path, you have two options. Path 1, you'll start 6th grade doing the life science curriculum, and 7th grade, you'll do the earth and space science curriculum. And then 8th grade, you'll end with the physical science curriculum. If you choose math science or science path 2, you'll be actually skipping that whole life science curriculum altogether. So you'll start with the earth and space science. You'll take physical science as a 7th grader. And then 8th grade, those students will actually be taking a high school biology class. So you really want to review more information that your parents will be getting to see what path best suits you. And your parents will get more information tonight, and then you can work together to see which path best suits you. But once you make your science path selection in 6th grade, there won't be any moving around. So you're kind of locked into your science path.
Miss Meg.
There we go. There we go. I was on mute. All right. For language arts, you can choose to take advanced language arts as you want. But like Miss Britton said, really be thoughtful and about thinking about the balance of your life with these advanced courses. I know 5th graders are often very excited to take advanced classes, and they are wonderful if that is a topic that you love and it's something you're ready to do. But just be careful about selecting all advanced options just on principle of like more is more, because sometimes we see students who choose advanced courses that maybe they don't have a super strong interest in, but they just think they should do it. And sometimes they end up getting very stressed out. So we just really want you to make careful choices. Now, your language arts choice you will get to make every single year. So it's not like a path, like math and science, those are pathways. And once you're on a path, you just take the next sequence in the course. But language arts, you'll choose every year. And to take advanced language arts, you got to remember, you really want to be a student who loves to read and loves to write, because advanced language arts has a lot more of both. You also should, hopefully you love that and it's interesting to you. You also should have pretty decent study habits and organizational skills, because there are more assignments. So there is more to keep track of in that class. And also demonstrate, that you have the motivation and the maturity and the perseverance and the stamina to learn challenging material. And that means perseverance and stamina means, can you stick with it when it's hard? Because it is going to be hard. And being an active participant in the classroom is expected. And just really considering the increased time commitment for these advanced classes for outside of school homework time is just more. So if you have a very, very busy life and you want to take some advanced courses, that's cool. I would say take the advanced courses that really are interesting to you and that you are going to have the time and the energy to put your best effort into it. And then also consider the possibility that your grade could be lower than if you took the typical course sequence, because these are advanced courses. And then there's a little guidance over here that can help you decide, am I ready for advanced language arts? Like, I know I love it. So you can check if you love it and you think and you want to do it, look at your SBA score. They recommend that your last ELA score, the English language arts, was in the level 4. And they also say, take a peek at those report cards. Have you been getting 4s in reading and writing? Because that would be a good indicator that maybe you're ready as well. And then your iReady score in 5th grade should be 4 and above grade level. So 4 or above. So anyway, lots to think about, but Advanced Language Arts is an amazing program if that is something you love and you want to do more of. There is a way to do that in middle school.
Miss Elliott, I would add really to 5th grade students, we really want you to know that all of the courses that you are able to take as a 6th grader here at Pine Lake are going to be interesting and engaging with lots of activities, simulations, collaborative learning opportunities. 6th grade life science offers dissection opportunities in science that don't exist if you skip that course until you're in high school. And so while you're making these choices, I really want you to have that mindset of every course has a high level of interest and engagement for students. And you don't have to be in an accelerated or an advanced course to be deeply interested in some amazing content. We have awesome teachers here at Pine Lake Middle School, and whether you take an advanced or accelerated course or a grade level course, you're going to experience the benefit of our awesome teachers and the great curriculum that they present in class.
Yep, good point. Very rich environment over here at the Pine. Again, you get to pick an elective next year, which is so exciting. And so you are either going to choose a trimester elective, which means you would have Computer Science 1, Intro to Speech and Debate, and Intro to Woodshop. Those are the trimester electives, and they come in any order. And that means that if I have Computer Science 1, that means, and I have it this trimester, I'm going to it every day for the whole trimester. That's my class in my elective period. And then when the trimester ends, that class is over and speech and debate is going to be in the same period because it's my elective period, but I get a different class. And then the next trimester would be Intro to Woodshop. So 3 different classes throughout the year in the same period. Or you can choose a year-long elective, which doesn't change for at the trimester. It keeps going. So that is like our music courses, band, orchestra, choir, and then we have math lab, which is a math support class, which is an excellent year-long class as well. And so if you take trimester electives, remember you're going to take 2 trimesters of PE and 1 of health. So PE, PE, and health with the trimester electives. And if you opt for year-long electives, you'll take 1 trimester of PE, 1 trimester of health, and 1 trimester of computer science.
So when we take a look at that sample schedule again, remember that there are 6 periods in the day with that 5-minute passing between periods, that you'll have 4 core classes, 1 period that's for your elective, and 1 period that's for your PE health or PE health computer science, based on which elective rotation you're taking. We want to show you some of the resources that are available as you're making these choices. I was thinking when you're looking at those choices for the rotating electives, one of those is Intro to Woods. And if you're thinking like Intro to Woods, I don't even know what that class is about. Well, the way you go about finding that out is right on the Pine Lake website. So let me take you there. I'm just going to stop sharing this slide deck for a minute. And let's go to the Pine Lake Middle School homepage. So if you're wondering, how would I go about finding the Pine Lake Middle School website? You can go into any search engine really, and you can do a search and you'll come to the Pine Lake Middle School website. Look at those happy middle schoolers. Once you're on the Pine Lake website, you just go over to the academics tab. You can see that when I hovered over the word academics, it opened up this other menu. And I'm going to go straight to course descriptions because I'm curious about, well, what is Intro to Woods? I don't really even know what that class is about. You can open the course descriptions, and what you'll find on this page is all the information and the tools that you need to complete the course request process. There's links here. All these are active links that take you to information about your core classes. And then you can scroll down here and you can click on this elective video box. And it will open up a tab that includes videos for all of our electives here at school. So here you can see that pulls right up is the band elective, which is a year-long elective. So if you're trying to decide if you want to take a year-long music elective, I would suggest that you open up these videos and watch them at home so that you can be informed in your decision. But if, like we were starting in our conversation, you were curious about Woods class, you could open up the wood shop video and learn more about the wood shop. And so all of these resources are available right on the Pine Lake homepage by going over to academics and then course descriptions. That's where you'll find all of that information. When you are creating your schedule, all students will be creating their schedule by going into student access. And student access is linked to the Pine Lake website. So let me get back out to the home page. If you were to search Pine Lake Middle School in Bing and then get to the Pine Lake homepage, you can go right here to where it says portals. We're going to get swept through the portal into student access. So by opening family access, you'll find the portal here that says log into student access. And what you'll do is open student access. Now, we've been reminding Pine Lake students who are here with us this year that you're creating a student schedule. You're not creating a schedule at Pine Lake for your whole family. You're just creating a schedule at Pine Lake for you, for the student. So that's why you're going to open student access. So I'm going to go ahead and click that open. And Kristen and Megan, are you guys seeing Skyward's front page there? So here you are on the front page of student access. We have created a fake Pine Lake student. And I'm going to log in as that student right now. And we'll take a look at the process that you use to actually select your classes. So pay close attention. Your parents are going to need your partnership in getting your classes scheduled. So I have entered my student access password and login information. And the next step that I'm going to take is to come right down here on the left-hand menu and click schedule. Now, fifth graders, if you're sitting there thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to remember what I'm supposed to click, I want you to remember that these resources are on the Pine Lake website, and your parents got an email with this information today with screenshots, so they can literally just follow the screenshots to complete this. But it's really not super complex. So if you pay attention to this part of the presentation, you will be able to really help your parents get this course request process completed. So I'm in student access. I clicked on schedule, and then it opened this link right here that says student request courses for the 2023 school year in Pine Lake Middle School. And so what you're going to do is open up that link, and then it takes you to this page. And this is the request courses page. You can see that listed right up here. Request courses. So we talked about there are 6 periods at Pine Lake Middle School, and 4 of them are your core classes. So you need to have a social studies class, a math class, a language arts class, and a science class. So let's start with that. On the left side of the screen are available courses, and it lists that right at the top of the list. And on the right side of the screen, it lists selected courses. These are the courses that you will have in your schedule. Because we know all Pine Lake Middle School sixth graders have one trimester of health and one trimester of PE, those courses have already been loaded in here for you. And because we also know that every single sixth grader at Pine Lake Middle School takes social studies. You see social studies listed in here. If you're wondering, gosh, Miss Cappy, why is there 3 social studies classes? Like, I don't want to take social studies 3 times. Well, that's because each one of these represents a different trimester. So you can see social studies 6A is trimester 1, social studies 6B is trimester 2, and social studies 6C is trimester 3. In your core classes, you stay with the same group of students all 3 trimesters. Okay, so we still need to add, let's start by adding our language arts course. So I'm going to go down and scroll down in the available course list. I'm thinking I would like to take language arts 6A, B, and C. So I'm going to click on 6A and I'm going to say add that course. And then you'll see that it adds all 3 trimesters of the course to my selected courses. So now we have language arts and social studies, along with that health and PE that we will definitely be taking as sixth graders. So next I'd like to choose my science class. Let's see if it's added here. There it is. So remember that you can take life science, which is 6th grade science, or you can skip life science completely and take earth and space science. It's really important that you talk with your parents about accelerating in science because you are skipping life science, which is sort of like middle school biology. And it's a really important class where you do a lot of valuable labs that help you build your skills for future biology. I've decided, because I really am interested in doing some of the labs in life science, that I'm going to choose life science. So I'm going to choose life science A. Remember, when you choose the one that's marked with an A, that's the first trimester, but it'll pull the whole year's courses over. So I've chosen life science A, and then I'm going to click add course. So now if we look at our selected courses, we have language arts, science, social studies, and that PE health bit. So now we need to choose our math. This Pine Lake student is very interested in taking 6th grade math and really mastering those 6th grade Washington State standards. So this student will be choosing Math 1A. Again, by choosing the A, it selects all 3 courses. And then I'm going to choose Add Course. So now we have all of our core classes listed over here in our selected courses. You might have noticed that I haven't clicked Save or Submit. That's because every time you make a change in this program, it's auto-saving. You do not have to click Save or Submit for student access to save your choices. So I have to make my elective choice next, and I'm really thinking that I would love to participate in Pine Lake's band. Pine Lake has an amazing band led by our music director, Mr. Casper. They make all kinds of big sounds, and I really want to be able to play the tuba. So I'm going to join beginning band 6A, and I'm going to add that course. And now let's take a look. So we have, there's my band class, there's my language arts, there's my math, there's my science and my social studies. And so the only other course I need to add is, I think I need to add computer science to round out that elective course, or my PE health period. So then you're going to add that. Remember, it's auto saving the whole time. And so now I have made all of my course selections. So remember that I'm in student access. I got to student access through the portal on the Pine Lake website, and I chose schedule. And then from the list of available courses, I added courses to ensure that I had all the courses that I needed. When you're finished, you will have 5.99 total credits listed at the top of the selected course column. So that's really the course request process, is taking that course description information that's available on the Pine Lake website, making informed choices about the courses that you are most interested in taking in middle school, and then going into student access and moving the courses from the available side to the selected side. I'm going to take us right back into that PowerPoint. So just think about what we talked about in terms of that sample schedule. 6 periods in the day, 4 core classes, 1 period of elective, and 1 period of PE and health. This PowerPoint will be linked to, well, it is linked to the Pine Lake website in those resources that we showed you. And I'm going to show them to you one more time before we get off. And these slides we're not going to talk about because these are the steps that we just did to actually complete the process. So if when you're at home, you get stuck and you don't remember what you're supposed to click or how you are supposed to access student access, you'll be able to find out all that information in all of these screenshot slides. I wanted to remind you that today on February 13th, the course request process opened for our incoming 6th grade students. That on Wednesday of this week, on the 15th, we'll be having an electives open house here at Pine Lake Middle School. So you can come with a parent to Pine Lake Middle School, and from 6:30 to 7:30, you'll have a chance to walk around in the building and see some of the classrooms where these elective courses take place. So you'll be able to check out the band room and the instruments, the orchestra room and the instruments that are part of the orchestra, the choir classroom, as well as the wood shop, talking with Miss Little about computer science, and talking with Mr. Butler about advanced speech and debate. If you're not sure what elective you're interested in yet, that's okay, because you can learn more about these electives by coming to the elective night or by going on the website and reading about the course descriptions. So lots of useful information for you that you can access to make these decisions for yourself. I would strongly encourage you to come to the electives night, particularly if you're thinking about a music elective. Almost 70% of the students at Pine Lake Middle School participate in a music elective. Those are great classes where you're in with the same group of students all 3 years of middle school. And it's a great community opportunity to connect with other peers who have a real similar interest. And our music department produces amazing musical groups. So that's something for you to be considering. Let me stop this share. We still have a few minutes. I thought if I could one more time, I just want to show you one more time where you can find all this information on the Pine Lake website. So let me get back to that home page and I'll show you one more time how you go about finding that. And then maybe we'll have time to answer a couple questions. So here we go. There you see the home page of the Pine Lake Middle School website. Actually, there's the orchestra on a field trip at the Bellevue Square Mall playing some music. And that picture is of our 8th grade leadership elective class. So you would come to the Pine Lake website, go over to the academics tab, and it opens that menu. Come over to course descriptions, click that link open. And once you're there, you'll find the course request process information, information about core classes, additional classes, elective videos, and then course descriptions about all of our electives. So for example, if I wanted to know about Intro to Woodshop and I didn't feel like watching the video, I could just open that up and read about woodshop right there. And the video is even linked underneath. So lots of resources to help you make these decisions. We will be having a 5th grade visit to Pine Lake Middle School on June the 1st, where you'll be able to come over with your elementary school classmates and see the students joining us from our other elementary schools. That will make up our 6th grade. We're expecting to have about 300 6th graders next year, which we just love having a big school because then we have lots of opportunities for everybody. So lots of things to look forward to. Before we finish up, Megan or Kristen, is there anything that we missed that we want to talk about?
When do they need to have their course selected?
Good question. Let's take a look at this slide on the PowerPoint. Remember, this PowerPoint is linked to the Pine Lake website. Today is the 13th. Elective open house is happening on the 15th. And then we have next week off, winter break, second winter break. And the course request process, all of these choices need to be into student access by February 28th. That's when it closes. Good question. Anything else you can think of that we missed? I can't think of anything either. Well, fifth graders, thank you for your attention and focus during our Zoom meeting today. We sure appreciate you joining us, and we really look forward to getting to know you and look forward to seeing you in person at the elective night this Wednesday, and certainly on June 1st when you make a visit to our school. I really think it's important as fifth graders that you take all the opportunities that your elementary school teachers are providing so that you can be really ready for middle school, and more importantly, so that you can be really engaged and enjoying fifth grade. This is your last time in elementary school, and I bet that you all serve as important models to the younger students at your school. So keep showing up and doing your best work in elementary school as you finish this school year. And we will be ready and happy to have you here when it's the time for that. So thanks for being such good listeners. Thank you to your teachers and to your principal for helping us get this all set up. We sure appreciate it. And we can't wait to see you here. So there you go. Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of the end of fifth period and the start of sixth period. So thanks for joining us. If anybody has any questions, you're welcome to stay on. We still have 5 minutes. But otherwise, thank you, teachers, and thank you, students.
See you soon.
See you soon, guys.
Please.
No questions?
So, I have a question. Is there going to be a form to fill out what you're...
Aditi, that is a really good question. The form is online and it is in student access. There is no paper form that you need to fill out. There's
All right.
nothing on paper.
Okay.
Good question.
Hi, this is Endeavor Elementary with some Merlin students. We had a couple questions around whether students could change their courses in the system multiple times if they had to change a heart before the deadline.
That's also a good question. And the answer to that is yes, you can change your courses in the system until that deadline. Good question.
Thank you so much.
And somebody asked, will the PowerPoint be available and where will it be posted? Yes, this PowerPoint and the video of this meeting will be posted to that place on the website that I've been showing you. So you open up the website, go over to academics, open course description, and you'll find this content there. Good questions. Let's see, did we answer all the questions in the chat? Okay, I think we got everything. So thank you everybody for joining us. We will see you maybe Wednesday night at elective night. We look forward to seeing you then. See you later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.